Hi, good morning everyone. So I'm Sinta Danu. I'm a professional psychic and astrologer, and today I'm going to be answering questions on astrology as well as looking over the quarter moon that is coming up on the 10th of October, which is going to reactivate the eclipse. So we're going to feel more of that eclipse energy as that quarter moon reactivates the eclipse and see what it's bringing in. So this is going to be like a general astrology reading about how it's affecting everyone, and I'm also hoping to go into the 12 signs. I'm a little bit short on time, so I'm gonna have to do this quickly. So today I am going to be at Body Mind Spirit Expo in Colorado Springs. It's at the event center, so definitely check that out. I'm going to be there doing in-person readings for $30 for 20 minutes. So if you are looking for advice and you're looking for more affordable pricing, then definitely go to Body Mind Spirit Expo this weekend, because I will be there all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's going to be lots of fun. I tend to get really booked during these fairs, so definitely make sure you show up early, because by the end of it I might be so booked I don't actually have enough spaces for people. And I do send links out afterwards for people who want readings outside of the fairs if I wasn't able to get them in during, but it does tend to get really packed really quickly. Also, another note, I am doing my astrology basics course. If you have any questions about that, leave it in the comments. I am going to be doing that on October 10th. So that's the same day as this quarter moon is happening, is on October 10th. So that's going to be next Thursday. Make sure to check that out. I do have a link in the description to learn more about the astrology basics class and what are the classes in the course, right? Because it's 6 workshops. The first one you can get for free if you sign up for the newsletter. The rest of them you can get if you pay for it on my website. And I am doing a really cheap price for the class right now. It's at $125, so if you're really looking for a steal, definitely get the class for $125. That's going to end very soon because the class is starting very soon, so definitely check that out. You can also do the payment plan, which is only 5 payments at $25. So for $25 a month for the next 5 months, you can get the entire astrology basics course that is normally $200, but these deals do end soon. So I am going to get started though. Let's look at this quarter moon. So with this, first of all, we've got the moon in Capricorn. So we're looking at, this is a time related to authority figures, the government. This is a time when we're very much feeling the need for stability, outer security, make sure that our reputation and our finances and our outer world is very secure, right? So that's what we're really focusing on. But this is very much at odds with everything else going on, right? Because when you look at this, we got, of course, this is the sun, and they're in a square because this is the first challenge that comes up after the new moon, right? So quarter moons are the first challenge, the first conflicts, the first steps and struggle to actually achieve the intentions that we set on the new moon. So when the new moon occurred, we were very much in a place thinking about fairness, stability, justice, the things that are in place to make things more equal, and things that we're also rebelling against that are keeping us from being in a place of fairness, equality, etc. And that is at odds with the moon, which rules authority figures. So we're having problems with authority figures, whether that be bosses, the government, parental figures of some sort. We're having issues with them due to things being unfair and us rebelling against it in some manner, right? And not to mention, this is a giant T square, right? Because we have Mars over here creating this T to the sun. So also, emotionally, we're feeling really ramped up. Our instincts are emotional, sensitive, really focused on emotional security. So we're a little bit more feisty and aggressive than normal. So don't be surprised if this quarter moon leads to some kind of conflict in your life, because the energy is pretty tense. And we did have that beautiful water trine in the eclipse. Venus is starting to kind of move out of that a little bit. Mars is moving out of that a little bit. But that might give some it might ease up some of the tension that we're feeling a little bit. It gives it a little bit of an outlet. So keep that in mind. And that's going to be through our relationships and through our own self-discipline and our ability to take action. So if you are feeling really feisty, if you're really upset, really focused on your outer security and trying to kind of manage these intense internal conflicts around outer security, fairness, and your emotional world and inner security, this is a really good time to work on your relationships with another, especially like in a romantic way, especially in a long-term romantic way. So this is a good time to kind of tap into that as a way to give an outlet to all that tension that you're having through your relationships in a positive way in order to build and create things for the future. And I'm just going to jump right into the signs. Okay, so for Aries, so the moon's going to be in your 10th house. So this is your feelings are directly related to authority figures, your reputation, your status. So you're really feeling the need to build your reputation and status. However, your sun is in the 7th house, so your ego is focused on your relationships, on equality, on fairness, on making sure that things are good in your one-on-one partnerships, in your relationship to a spouse, your relationship to a business partner. And those are kind of in conflict as you're wanting to build your reputation. You may be working with a business partner or a spouse to build your reputation, or in some way they may be kind of blocking you and you're feeling conflict between the need to nurture this relationship and maintain your career and status. As well as Mars is going to be in your 4th house. So there's a lot of conflict at home for you right now, Aries. This could be with that partner specifically, like a business partner or spouse that you live with. You could be having conflict with them in the home. But there's a lot of movement, a lot of things happening in the home, and there could definitely be some conflict there. Now, for Taurus, the moon is going to be in the 9th house. So this is all about growth, expansion, culture. So you're really feeling the need to build in terms of your long-term vision, in terms of your belief system, your culture, your religion. And the sun is going to be in your 6th house. So your ego is really focused on your work, your health, your routine. And these could be at odds in some way. Your desire for adventure and building towards this brighter future. You might be struggling with how to make that happen in your day-to-day life, as well as this could be bringing conflict to the 3rd house with Mars in the 3rd house, creating conflict in the way that you communicate. So you might communicate in a way that seems more aggressive than normal and might come off as kind of dangerous or angry in some way. So be careful about the way that you're talking, especially in regards to your siblings and your community, because it could come off more aggressive than normal. Or you may be purposely more aggressive in your communication right now due to the conflict in your daily life and to build your future. Now for Gemini, the moon is going to be in your 8th house. So you're kind of going through a little bit of a death phase here where your emotions are very focused on intimacy, shared resources, your inner transformations, trauma. So you're really sensitive, Gemini. At this time, you do have the sun in the 5th house, so this could be potentially the ending of a relationship. This also could be problems that you're having in regards to your children or in your creativity. So your ego may be really focused on your romantic life, your children, your ego may be really focused on creating and being, tapped into that. But we've also got Mars in the 2nd house, so you're really working towards making more income. But this could be causing a lot of conflict here, and you may be feeling some of that in the 5th house of children in regards to children, romance, and, just the pleasure of living, right? So, but you're working really hard, and there might also be conflict in terms of how you make your money right now. So keep that in mind. Now with Cancer, you're really going to be feeling this. So you have the moon in the 7th house, so you're really focused on your relationships, your partnerships, your one-on-one relationships, the relationship to a spouse, to a business partner, to the public. But your ego is in the 4th house, so you're really thinking, your ego is focused on your family. You're focused on how to take care of your family, take care of your inner security, your safety, how to feel safe in your body. But Mars is in your 1st house, so you're really feisty about making sure that you can have independence, autonomy, freedom in regards to who you are and how you feel. So that's probably creating a lot of this conflict. But you're feeling very passionate about being for you right now, which is actually pretty good, but it can be uncomfortable because you might be more aggressive than normal because of that, because you're really defending your personal space Cancer. Now for Leo, the moon is going to be in the 6th house, so you're really focused on work, right? On your daily life, on your health, how to build in that area. The sun is in your 3rd house, so your ego is focused on communication, community, your relationship with your siblings. And Mars is going to be in the 12th, so this is creating a lot of action and aggression in your subconscious in terms of your spirituality, your spiritual beliefs, your connection to divinity. So you're probably feeling really restless, and you might just be in general more aggressive overall because subconsciously things are just really triggering you and making you angry. Now for Virgo, the moon is going to be in the 5th house. So this is you wanting to build in terms of romance, love, and children. So you're wanting to kind of build the way that you interact with pleasure and play, build security for your romantic partners and your children. However, the sun is in your 2nd house, so your ego is very focused on actually creating that money in some way, in building income, increasing your material possessions. And the Mars is going to be in your 11th house, so this could be, there might be conflict with friends here, but definitely your friends are really active. You're really pushing to network more and to expand in that area. You're just putting a lot of effort into your friendships right now, especially into friendships that can help you to make more money. Now for Libra, the moon is going to be in your 4th house, so you're really thinking about building and creating structure and discipline at home and in terms of the family. The sun is in your 1st house, so you're really thinking about you and yourself and your autonomy, your freedom, your independence, and how to kind of manage that. However, Mars is in the 10th house, so this could be leading to conflicts with authority. This could be conflicts with the government, conflicts with bosses. But in general, there's a lot of aggression happening in your 10th house, and this could be you really pushing and pursuing things in your career and reputation, but it could also be pissing off authority figures in the process. Now, with Scorpio, the moon is going to be in the 3rd house. So you're feeling the need to communicate. You're feeling the need to talk, to connect to your community, to connect to other people, to connect to your siblings, right? And to think, to really structure how you connect to your community and how you talk and think, as well as your ego is focused on the 12th house, and this is your subconscious. This is your ego being focused on its ability to connect to divinity, to express its spirituality, to rest and recover. So you're feeling the need to rest. And then Mars is in the 9th house, though, so you're really pushing to create that vision for your life, that future that you're really envisioning for things to happen. You're really pushing in that area. You're pushing to expand, to grow, to push past previous issues and just expand your awareness, your belief systems, maybe wanting to travel long distance or interact with foreign people or places in some way. Now for Sagittarius, the moon is going to be in your 2nd house, so you're very focused on your security, on your income, your money, your possessions, and creating structure to bring you more income and money, or feeling really restricted in that area. As well as the sun is in the 11th house, so your ego is focused on building friendships, building and networking, business income, etc. And then Mars is in the 8th house of shared resources, so you may be really pursuing shared resources. There could also be conflict over inheritance or shared resources. This could be business resources that are shared and there being conflict. This could be marital property and resources that there's conflict over, but keep that in mind. Now for Capricorn, the moon is in your 1st house. You're very focused emotionally on yourself and your needs and your autonomy and feeling the need for freedom, right? And the sun is in your 10th house, so you're really focused on building and creating. Your ego is very focused on your reputation, on your career and status, and your outer security. Now Mars is in your 7th house of relationships, so there's creating conflict for you in your relationships with a spouse, a business partner, one-on-one relationships. This could be conflicts with the public as well. Now for Aquarius, the moon is going to be in the 12th house. You're very much feeling the need for rest and recovery and spirituality, to tap into the divine hermit mode, right? Now the sun is in your 9th house, though, so your ego is focused on how do we grow, how do we expand, how do we make things bigger. This is also connecting to culture, your belief systems, your religion, as well as foreign people and places. And Mars is going to be in the 6th house, so you're having a lot of conflict in your daily life. You're having a lot of conflict around health, your daily life, also at work, especially with coworkers. This could be a problem right now. Now for Pisces, the moon is going to be in the 11th house. So we're looking at, you're feeling the need to connect and make friendships, to network, to build business income, etc. Your ego is focused on the 8th house because the sun is in the 8th for you. So your ego is focused on shared resources, the resources that you're sharing with other people, whether that's inheritance, whether that's spousal, marital property, whether that's business property, or, you know, expenses and resources, etc. for a business. Your ego is very focused on shared resources and intimacy. But there's Mars in your 5th house, which this could be kind of fun for you. This could lead to some spicy time, or it could be conflict with your children or with romantic partners, depending on how it manifests. So that's my prediction for the horoscopes for this upcoming quarter moon that we're having. That's happening very, very soon. So this is happening in a week from now, approximately 6 days. Yeah. So next Thursday, we're looking at that this is going to kind of re-trigger the eclipse, bring all these things to the forefront, bring up these conflicts, and you want to keep in mind that these areas are of tension are going to be probably most noticeable where Mars is, which we did talk a lot about where Mars is and where the sun is. So as you listen to this, make sure that you're paying attention to that specifically. Where is Mars and where is the sun in your chart? Because that's where this conflict is most likely to manifest. Although a lot of the uncomfortable emotional stuff may manifest where the moon is. But something to keep in mind, as well as our egos are likely being really triggered with this because of that T-square. Other than that, I think it is going to be pretty good. I do want to pull some cards real quick before I get out of here. Because, yeah, it's quarter moon. It's not the worst quarter moon I've seen in my life. In fact, if anything, I'm more concerned about the upcoming full moon, super moon on, like, the 16th. That's going to be super intense. Because it's in Aries. I think, and yeah, and Mars is opposite Pluto, and it's a whole thing, and I think it's actually going to be a grand square. So definitely keep your eye out for that, because I do want to talk about that more. We should, you know, I do kind of want to look at the transits real quick for today, because I do know that the moon is moving into Scorpio today. So let's go to transits. Because this is, okay, so here's the planets right now, yeah. So the moon's already moved into Scorpio. It's going to come conjunct Venus soon. Ooh, it's going to conjunct Venus on my sun. Which makes sense. I'm going to be making money today, being at the fairs. So Venus and the moon are going to join together today. So that's going to be a beautiful opportunity for intimacy, love, gifts, money for anyone with degrees at like 14 degrees of Scorpio, or like in a nice aspect to that, you might also receive money. But it definitely looks for a lot of us, especially water signs, that we're probably going to be receiving some love, money, gifts, and beautiful things today. So that's super nice. Anything else with this? Mercury has moved past the sun. Mercury is in conjunct Saturn, so there is an imbalance between structures, discipline, and where we are mentally, the way that we communicate and think. We are still in amidst that beautiful water trine. So lots of building long-term relationships, especially of the romantic nature, is a beautiful day for that. So that's super exciting. Anything touching Jupiter? Jupiter over here. Jupiter is sextile Chiron, so this is a good day for healing. So if you are looking for healing work, definitely stop by my booth, because I am doing healing work today, as well as it is trining Mercury, so lots of expansion in the way that we think, the way that we communicate. So definitely a good day to work on communication, to work on relationships, and healing. And the moon is going to be moving through Scorpio for the next 2.5 days approximately. So definitely a really good time for shadow work specifically as well. Scorpio is the sign I relate to the shadow because it has to do with death, trauma, taboos, the darker sides of ourselves, and our deeper, darker instincts. So definitely take some time to do your shadow work. Connect with darker gods if you're into deity work, if you're interested in that kind of magical workings. Definitely connect with darker deities in terms of doing shadow work. And that doesn't have, like, it doesn't have to be like demons or anything. It could be just like dark goddess energy. That could be like connecting to Hecate, for instance, would be a decent day for that. Especially because I think Hecate's day, one of her days from ancient Greece, was like 2 days ago. I know it's a good week to connect with the Greek gods in general. But yeah, with the moon moving through Scorpio and we're about to move into Scorpio season at the end of this month, it is a really great time to do your shadow work. And if you are interested in shadow work, of course, I am doing the Chiron's Journey course, which is a 4-workshop course where we dive into different wounds related to narcissistic abuse, because the program is designed to help you like identify where you have been programmed or conditioned by narcissists in your life in order to sabotage yourself, right? And so the idea of the program is to bring awareness to where you're sabotaging yourself because of these belief systems in order to identify them and therefore be able to work through them in the long term. So if you are interested in doing shadow work, definitely check that out. It is on the website. Might pop a link in there. We'll see how I feel. All right, someone's restless, ready for a new beginning, but feeling unsure of themselves. It looks like, oh yeah, you are definitely stepping into your authenticity, though. You are not walking on eggshells. You refuse to put up with whatever BS you've been dealing with previously. Unfortunately, you're refusing to make a decision, and that's kind of the decision right now, is you're refusing to make it. And if you continue to refuse to make the decision, that will be the decision, that you just didn't address the situation. There might be some negative karma right now, and that could be dealing with, you know, that authenticity. When you are more authentic, it pisses other people off because they are fake and lying. So they really don't like it when you are authentic, especially because it can expose them for who they are, especially if they have control issues. Now, subconsciously, you're really kind of torn between your head and your heart. You're really struggling to find that middle balance, the middle ground. But you're also really wanting to move forward, but you're just not sure in what direction. In the past, it looks like you were working really hard and that started to pay off and you were making some good money. There was some stability in your life. But now that's part of why you've stepped into being more authentic, because as you've made more money, you're like, yeah, I don't need to bow down to other people who just don't have my best interest in mind. As well as that might be part of why you're indecisive right now, because maybe you're not used to having security, because you had to work really hard for this. It also looks like in the near future, your anxiety is ending. So if you've been really anxious, that's going to pass very soon. There is some fear of being too withdrawn, pulling away. So you might be feeling the need to detach from a situation, but that is probably also what's going to help your anxiety, even though you're afraid to pull away. And it looks like in terms of the support around you from the influence of other people, you've got support. You've got financial support. You've got stability and support from other people in the physical world, looking really nice. And let's see. Okay, so the result of your thoughts and actions, you're going to get some really sensitive information. Do not share it, because you're likely to share it with the wrong person, and it's going to have consequences that you didn't expect. So if you get a hold of some very vulnerable information that's very sensitive in some way, like a medical diagnosis or something to do with your finances, do not share it with other people. Keep quiet, move in silence. And the end result is you are learning to have emotional fulfillment. You're moving into a place where you feel good about yourself and you feel good about the world, that you're filling your cup, that you're focusing on meeting your needs instead of having other people meet them, which should be ending this cycle of you being too withdrawn from your emotions and not feeling good. And like finances and money are going to be fine. Like they're going to get really, really good. So take time to take care of yourself. Don't be so anxious. Things are going to get better. You have already been working on it. You might be dealing with some negative karma, especially with someone who might be some kind of narcissist or control freak right now. But in the future, things are really nicely stabilizing, and you're learning to fill your own cup, and that's part of this like authenticity journey for you. So loving that. Super beautiful. Love that reading. Super happy for you. All right. Other than that, how much time do I have left? Okay, so I got about 4 minutes. Let's see. I'm just gonna pull a couple more cards. Let's see. Let's pull some cards for the zodiac for how to get through this situation. Get through this quarter moon, because it's got some tense energy in there. All right, Aries. Aries, you're the one who's getting sensitive information. Move in silence. Don't tell anyone. Like, you're getting information, Aries, that other people do not need to know. You have sensitive information. Don't tell anyone. I know you want to, because you're super friendly, but don't. Taurus, you're feeling kind of hopeless. Things are feeling really hard. Definitely with the astrology, there's a lot of aggression. You know, maybe go ground, go exercise or something. Go outside, go in nature, because you're not in a good place. Gemini, yeah, you're emotionally destabilized right now. So definitely you need to take some time to process your emotions, because they're not in a good place. Cancer, you're feeling great. You're feeling pretty empowered, feeling in your divine feminine, and maybe even though it's an uncomfortable month astrologically, especially for the quarter moon, this might also just be you finding your own power and being willing to stand up for yourself. So good for you, Cancer. Leo, oh, you are unmasking, you are being authentic, you are showing who you are stepping into your power. Love that. Virgo, you're being too detached and you're making yourself miserable. So stop being so hard on yourself. Feel your feelings. Stop avoiding them. It's going to be fine. Libra, you're not taking any emotional risks right now. You're being a little bit more detached. There's kind of a feeling of a lack of love, not getting proposals or people reaching out, or if they are, you're denying them. Scorpio, you are feeling in your power. You are feeling like the emperor. You are in a place of power, control, maybe even stepping into a sense of authority. This could also be a divine masculine or masculine coming into your life who is in a position of power or very much feels in charge of his reality, very much a sense of power about this person. For Sagittarius, oh, you're filling your cup, you're taking care of your emotional needs, you're not just trying to fill the void. Good for you, Sagittarius. Take care of yourself. All right, so for Capricorn, you are letting go of walking on eggshells. You are refusing to bow down. You are refusing to let anyone feel like you are not allowed to say or do what you think. You might be a little bit just also not watching what you say or what you think, but definitely if you've been dealing with any kind of feeling the need to walk on eggshells, you're over it. You are like, no, I am not going to walk on eggshells for nobody. Aquarius, you are not really planning things out. You're not really thinking straight. So I would take some time to plan. You can be super spontaneous when you want, but it seems like you might need to buckle down a little bit here. Oh, and Pisces, you are stepping into your power. You are feeling strong. There is success and ambition, and you've been struggling and fighting really hard, but you're doing better now. So good for you. So it's going to be a good week. As always, remember to step into your power. Never forget that you are the creator of your reality. And that if things aren't good, it just means something needs to be taken care of, all right? And most of the times it's shadow work. So if you're feeling out of your power, definitely reach out for support. Of course, I do tarot readings, astrology, I do birth charts, compatibility, eclipse readings, transits, etc. So you can check out all of that on my site at sintadanu.com. Make sure to sign up for the newsletter for the free class, Introduction to Astrology. Definitely check out the Astrology Basics if you want to learn more about astrology. And I'm going to get out of here. All right, bye.